Oh, are they?
Like, yeah, bro.
Wow.
They're on a mean losing streak. So yeah, you say used to them. Although in saying that, I think our Christchurch bid, if they got a Christchurch bid together, I mean,
Yep.
obviously they'd tap into the Crusaders. Yeah, yeah. Probably not right now. Uh, but
Oh, well,
yeah,
just be nice for some of these youngsters coming through to see that they can, they've got the Warriors, but they'll also have potentially another club, another club to
mm,
choose from there.
yeah,
Anyway,
absolutely.
anyway, guys, we're going live already. We're live over there on YouTube. No
Sure.
more heart on my, no more heart on mine, no more hoki mai ki tēnei kaupapa fam. We're back again. Back
Mm,
again. How's everyone feeling?
Feeling
good,
good.
Pretty
good.
good.
Yeah, bro.
Pretty good.
Good weekend.
The
Nice quiet weekend actually. But yeah, no, good, my bro.
Warriors get that elusive dub. That elusive
Yeah.
dub, the
Woo.
first one. Just went up to the
Yeah.
chalkboard and put a one next to it.
More to come.
In hindsight, right? Like, what if we came out and thrashed the Sharks and we came out and
Yeah.
I think those two losses in round one and round two, it's a good thing. It's a good thing
Hmm.
for us.
Mm.
I know a lot of people are
Keeps
jumping
everybody
off the
grounded.
bandwagon. Yeah, it keeps everyone ground, keeps everyone hungry, right?
Yep.
So maybe those two games are blessings in disguise.
Hmm. And we
Uh,
were
Oh,
still competitive in
there's.
those games. A
Oh
mm,
lot of
yeah,
positives from those games. So,
yeah. A lot of learnings, eh?
right
And the
mm,
out.
boys. I mean, and the boys were hurting after last weekend.
mm,
So they were up for it. And even their talk of like the last 10 minutes, they look like they're getting the jitters, whatever.
Mm,
I actually thought it was quite the opposite. They'd already decided last 10 minutes we're fucking if we're ahead, we're closing this out. We're doing
yep.
whatever we can to win this, and yeah. I mean that was just my take on it, but yeah, nah. Good game, entertaining game.
very
Mm.
tit very tit for tat, high intensity.
Mm,
To be fair, they came and played. I thought Jordan Rapana was probably the best one off the out of their team. You might think otherwise, Damien, because you
I
love
think
the
No,
all played a good. I think defensively, man, they were dope. I thought they
mm,
played really well, and I wasn't expecting it because I think, when you see a previous game between two teams, well,
yeah.
for me personally, I was expecting, it's just gonna, it'll be like Croker's 300th. We've lost two. The boys are going to come out firing, and it was anything but that. The Raiders were in for the full 80 minutes, scrapping.
mm,
Mm,
We had a few messy moments, as did they, though. I thought the ref was
mm,
pretty good,
yep.
mm.
apart from, and
Yep.
I'm actually going to make a controversial call here, guys. I thought that try by Ethan Strange, I reckon, I don't know, the front on replay looked like Tane Tuopiki stripped that ball. That's what it looked like to me. But anyway, they didn't. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Apart from that, I thought the ref was really good.
You didn't
I hope
think that there was a try that Strange scored?
I
You
thought
did,
it
or
was a try
so did I.
because I
Yeah,
think Tuopiki stripped that ball and
yeah.
and did you see? So after they watched that front angle, they went round and they confirmed it with that side on angle.
Mm,
You couldn't really
yeah,
see. All you could see was the ball come out, and I thought, oh well, yeah. I thought
yeah.
it was City, but the boys got the two, and I'm happy with that. Some questionable plays there, but yeah. Other than that, it was good to get the meat pie. It was good to get the dub.
Mm. Because I'd said earlier, I went to Damien's Friday night, watched the game there, and I'd said to him then, I think that fella scored, bro. I was convinced it was a try. I was like, yeah, no, you can say he lost control, but I didn't think the ball actually disconnected from him, or yeah,
Is it
yeah,
maybe because of the forearm bit
yeah,
was not, that's I don't know.
yeah,
It's
and
not considered to be in control.
well, yeah, but even and I think it was only maybe 5 minutes later when Tarpany scored. I thought that was a try. I didn't think
Oh,
he
the one
knocked
on the
on.
knock on of RTS.
Yeah, I thought nah, that
Yeah.
was clean, but ref called it or the bunker called it, whoever.
I've got a question with that one though. How can both players from opposition, how can Jordan Rapana and RTS both knock the ball backwards? Because one team's going in one direction and one team's going in the other direction. So the fucking ball has to come forward off someone. But apparently it went backwards off both players. I'm like, hey, I didn't understand that call. So please, someone enlighten me.
Oh, the bunker made the call in the end. I mean, we watched all the replays.
The right call for other Warriors fans, anyway.
Actually, I was reading I read a Aussie write-up, and they were saying that Canberra were robbed and had some shitty calls against them. That sort of stuff always cracks me up. I like reading it because you get the Aussie point of view. But they did make some good arguments. That Canberra did have some calls go against them, and it was like, yeah, on review, it was like, actually, yeah, I'm glad we won, but
fucking close, man. Those last minutes, and because of past trauma, especially those last 2 minutes with the Warriors are always like, oh my god, like fucking hold the ball. And so now I realize that the home field advantage, now I know what that means, is that when you're playing at home, you're more likely to get the rub of the green.
Yep.
We done some great things, and then I just think, like the times where the ball should have been passed, and there was about 4 or 5 times I think that might have happened.
Yeah. I wonder what old uncle would have had to say about that. I suppose not much, really. He's just like, hey, you know the plays.
You
know the score. Rocco's one was very uncharacteristic.
I
think out of everyone's, his was possibly the worst, because he's been in those positions hundreds of times. Whereas Ford's one, you can kind of be like, okay, you're doing what second row is supposed to do. You're going to go to ground. Let's not risk it. Let's not risk giving it to Metcalf. So I suppose he's never been in that position too many times. But Rocco's one, that's a little bit, it's a little bit unforgivable, brother. But you made up for What's that, bro?
I skipped backwards because I was like, fucking, was Luke Metcalf in the clear there? So I had to skip back, and he was. And I was like, bro.
He was gone.
It was gone.
Right there, man. And the one by, I agree, Rocco Berry. I'm just like, bro, like, But anyway, he still played a great game. I fucking love Rocco. I'm falling deeper in love with that guy.
Easy, Tans. Easy. AFB might get jealous.
He's just excelling every week, defensively.
Kick chase.
I mean, he's the best with personally, no bias, but personally I think he's the best kick chaser in the game.
So just looking at his stats, like 8 runs, 73 meters, 23 post contacts, 2 tackle breaks. He's just a machine. I mean, these stats don't really show the whole picture, but man,
that's it. He did a lot better than what his stats suggest, eh?
Totally.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. I'd said to Damien Friday night, individual decision making. And maybe Uncle might not have made such a big deal of it, but and like, so yeah. I mean, even Aiden, when Rocco got that offload to Aiden, Aiden's running at the fullback, looking like he's going to score. Has SJ, to his side. That was on review, I was thinking, that was more like a 50. That was less than 50-50 if he tried to even do a flick pass. I was thinking, leave the flick passes for the guys like SJ and Dallin. You don't want to get a flick pass from a prop because it's most likely going to hit the ground. But even in like Montoya shooting out of the line. Again, just individually, like had he stayed, they wouldn't have scored, or at least the defender was there. But watching the replay, it was like, bro, what did you? He went into for the hit, and it was.
It did for me. It just fucking went into slow motion as soon as I saw him come running out. It just went into slow motion. Like,
he was never going to get to that player, and it was just like, bro. Yeah, that wasn't. But again, just an individual decision making. Friday night was just a little bit out, and yeah. Had we got had Lucas scored, had Dylan scored, and say if SJ scored, then we we would have been 3 tries up.
Yeah, I think if
or at
those
least two. At least two.
Yeah, at least. So definitely Metcalf would have went over. There's no doubt about that. But we got the penalty off that tackle anyway. But another thing, the penalty against Jackson Ford for when he wasn't balanced. Because was that a ball plant or because I've never I'm like, hey, what do you mean? He got up, he played the ball cleanly, and then he fell over.
No. He got up, so he's going to go for the quick play the ball, and because he's quite bent over, if he had stood up a little bit more taller, then his head wouldn't, because the player just pushed his head down and then he fell over. So he's trying to do a quick play the ball, must be.
Yeah, the ref called it. He said
that's fair enough.
He had no balance and control. And I was just like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so whether that's one of the new rules or they're kind of tightening up on that whole play of the ball. Because I'll tell you what, bro, a lot of the Warriors and a few of the Canberra players, but they were leaning on the player who was playing the ball. There was heaps of that in the game. It's just like, are they fucked? Are they fatigued? Or are they trying to manipulate the play? So. Yeah.
Well,
is it balance bullshit a penalty because if you're falling forward, you're taking the marker out of position? The marker.
Hands on?
Yeah. If you're falling forward, obviously you probably fall into the fucking the marker on the other,
then you can't do his job.
And take them out. I didn't get the ruling on that one, but anyway.
Yeah, I think that the emphasis is on the player playing the ball. Has to have control. Whereas you could get away with that sort of shit in the past to get a quick play on.
Yeah, in the past, in the past, they'd be playing the ball when they're still on the ground, pretty much, right?
Yeah,
they're not even
trying to get away with it.
Not even standing up. They could just jump up, play the ball, and then fall over again.
Yeah, they So again, the NRL tinkering with the rules, trying to make it cleaner. There's definitely a huge emphasis on the attacking team, creating more of those opportunities. It's whether or not that team's actually good enough up for it.
I'll say one thing about the Raiders. When Zach Hosking came on, he was a problem.
Yep.
When Zach Hosking came on and Pasami Solo came on, they were problems, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad they only didn't bloody start.
Even Tom Starling, when he came on, you saw there, a little bit. But I thought Zach Hosking was out of it because I was at my sister's watching the game, and her mate reckons he was like, oh, fuck, who's that? He's he's mean.
Yep. He was like that playing for the Panthers against us. He was giving us grief all night. So,
he's from, yes.
Yeah.
He's been one of the standouts for the Raiders this season so far.
Hasn't he been starting?
You can see why.
He had started the first 2 games with Elliot Whitehead being injured, I think he was. I think it was injury. But it was interesting because Elliot Whitehead is the captain, so he comes back game 3. He would only have played about 15, 20 minutes, and then he spent most of the rest of the game on the bench in order to get Hosking out there.
Yeah.
That Xavier Savage made on AFB was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a good tackle.
That was
I'd read it again in their write-up. They'd called it like the David and Goliath kind of tackle. And it was like, it was a good tackle, and he stopped a certain try. Because Aiden was in for all money.
I kind of enjoy those games where it's that really that kind of intensity, but we win, of course, like the outcome was 3-1. But I like those high intensity games where you just fucking man.
You don't want them week in, week out though, because you can't play at that intensity. I don't care how fit you are. You can't play. You'll snap you.
Yeah.
You cannot play at that intensity week in, week out. It's just not possible.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah. You're gonna have a few losses.
Yeah.
Well, Aiden got hurt in that tackle too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why you kind of. I guess as a coach, as a coaching staff, you're just being aware of all the little niggly injuries to the major ones and making sure the player welfare side of it's been taken care of because it is a long season.
I
Mhm.
didn't I watched the game back, but now that I kind of think about the game when Payne went off, can someone explain to me who was at fullback and then if it was RTS, who was at centre?
Capewell.
Capewell.
Yeah.
Capewell moved to centre,
And then
and
who was our second?
AFB came back on because AFB came back because he was off. Tane went off for the HIA. AFB came back on. Kurt Capewell moved to centre, and RTS
right.
fullback.
Okay. Couple.
And can I just put a shout out, Jazz Tavanga, brah? You were flipping mean.
Hey, what a game!
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about, Jazz. That's what we want.
Yeah, definitely.
He always reps the jersey, when he's playing for that top team. You know,
he
he gives away silly penalties, whatever, but he's just all heart and soul.
He needed to step up, and he did.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
I'm hoping we see him on the interchange next weekend too. After that performance,
he might have the 14. He might have the 14 again because he might get the 14 again because what's the update on Walks?
Still out with the ankle injury.
There you go. There you go. Got to have him.
Speaking of outs, apparently Tane will miss the game as well due to the HIA fail.
Yeah,
and that was weird, bro, because him and Rapana.
Yeah,
because Tane gets pulled off, Rapana carries on playing. I was like,
how does that work?
Off? Yeah, I didn't agree with that either. I was like, mate, if one fucking player goes off, where head clash, then the other player should go off too. And it's just like if any player goes off for an HIA when it's involved in a high tackle, then that player that committed that high tackle needs to go off for 15 minutes as well.
And Jordan was on his haunches for ages.
Yeah,
like Tane got up, was bouncing around, but Rapana was there might be the old dog just trying to milk some time.
You know what cracked me up is when Jordan Rapana got that, we kicked it and he caught it. He'd done that nice catch and he came running back to the 20 and he got, he went through the 20 and then he fucking got tackled. He got up to play the ball and then he just went down on his haunches.
And he was hammered.
You could just see
the
camera was right on him and he just reckoned, fuck me. You could read his lips.
He
was upping hard. I just cracked up. I was like, oh, bro.
That's why I say he was probably the best player on the Raiders. On the Raiders for the night, he was in everything.
He'd be up there.
He was going for it.
I thought Fogarty played really well as well.
Yeah, bro.
There's no other Raider that wants to kick. It's just Fogarty.
Yeah,
bizarre to watch.
Yeah. And to be fair, that was us when it was just SJ.
John Johnson.
The kicking
how predictable is it?
Yeah. I'm just glad that he's in that space now where he's got a bit of variety to his kicking. But for a long time, it was just straight bombs or whatever. And opposition teams would just read it and take care of it, clean it up. But yeah, interesting that it was only Fogarty. And Timoko's try. Fuck, bro.
Yeah.
What a
fucking nice try.
Yeah.
Good to see RTS get his own back that way,
Yeah, absolutely, bro. But Timoko owned Roger and Montoya. So he skinned Roger and then he smashed his way through Montoya and I was like, ooh, bro.
Yeah, Montoya was literally wrapped around him like a fucking cocoon. I was just like, both arms, both legs.
And he still got him off.
Still ripped him off.
Yeah. Spotted him like a fly.
I'm gonna say kia ora and what's up to Ty. Kia ora, Ty.
What up, Ty? Kia ora, Ty.
Yep, he must be on mute.
No sound. Yeah.
He's on mute. Fella's on mute.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
There we go. Sorry, I had my I wasn't on mute. I'm not those old people that stuck on mute.
It's the button down the bottom. It's the button down the bottom. No, not that one, the other one. Kia ora, bro.
Kia ora, everyone. I've been watching you guys on YouTube and agree with all your thoughts. So yeah, carry on.
One thing I have missed out on though, guys, is looking at our fantasy. I mean, does anyone really want to look at it?
I'm done.
Yeah,
ugly.
bring it up, bro. Bring it up.
I'm done with
Oh,
fantasy.
come on, cuz it's been 3 rounds. You can't give up
Yeah.
after 3 rounds. Where's the fight? Where's your fight?
Well,
If you're-
my fight's about 370 fucking somewhere down there. I don't know.
So big ups to Fiji N, whoever you are. Kia ora, bula
Smashing it.
vanaka.
Wow.
Sure.
Well
sure.
done to you.
Even.
And Just a Matter of Faith and 6-9 squad. So you 3. Oh,
Nice.
Tyrone, T, number 4 coming in at
Oh.
number 4 again.
He's
Damn,
creeping up.
bro.
You're there, bro. You're there. You're around
He's
there.
creeping up.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
holding, and we got 600k in the bank too. So can't wait to
Nice.
catch you, Fiji in
Nice.
a row.
Yeah. So
Nice,
if you
bro.
want to have a look at the brothers' team, he was a menace on the weekend.
Oh, don't look too far. It's not that great.
He was a menace on the weekend, bro. This fella, and that dude was a bit of a menace on the weekend. Yeah.
Pepping out.
Shout out to the boys, doing well, holding it down. But yeah, with Payne Haas out, got a bit of money now.
Got a bit of cash.
Oh, yeah.
Got a bit of
And-
cash to play with.
Timor's gone for the season.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Can't keep Timor. Mark
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
Get job next time. Nah, but yeah, that's red shit for the Titans. Fuck, he's a big loss.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got
Yes, he
pumped.
is.
Didn't they get pumped on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
By
The doggies.
the
The
doggies.
doggies. Who let the dogs out?
Here's our
Nice.
table, guys. Here's our table. Cowboys, Roosters, Raiders, Panthers, Eagles. Top 8.
Well, look at
Okay.
True.
go down to the Rabbitohs. They're 0-3, and they're minus 64 on the PD on the points difference.
Holy hell.
Oh, they're deep in trouble, man. As a club,
Yeah.
they got all sorts of shit going on, and it's like I was reading an article tonight, and it was just like people, and I mean, you know, everyone's got an opinion, but you know, the article's talking about they need to just clean them all out, get rid of them, and start from scratch, and keep Cam Murray and build it from there. And it's like,
Sounds
wow.
like Warriors supporters over the last 10
Yeah.
years.
yeah, bro.
Clean them out.
They've put on notice, like I don't think they're allowed to interview Latrell Mitchell anymore post game.
Oh,
Because of all the F-bombs he dropped.
Oh,
that's not going to fix
yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
No.
so they're allowed to
That's
interview
not going to fix the team.
Hey, we can interview on here because we say whatever.
Yeah,
Latrell,
Rico.
how my
Latrell
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Bring them on, bro.
Haru mai ki tēnei kaupapa. Any
You
week
do
you want.
Latrell, you do you, boo. You
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we've gone from 14th to 11th. You know, so not bad, bro. It's
yeah.
not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
More to come.
More to
Mm.
come. More to come.
And like even seeing the Tigers up there is like, shit, good on you, Benji.
Yeah, but just don't get too far up there, eh?
Yeah.
We like seeing you win, but you still want to be below us.
What's our points differential, Nick? Our minus points differential shouldn't be much.
Next to our last points differential is
lost by 4, lost by 2, 6. So we won by how much? So we'll be +2.
Oh, are we?
Where's 0?
Oh,
We're 0.
Right, 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
We went that far off, bro.
that's good. That's good. So the only way is up then.
Mm-hmm. Clean slate. Clean slate. Oh, this I was going to say too, bro. I didn't realize Big Barney had started his career at Canberra in 2015. The commentator said it at the start. I was like, wow, really? I thought he'd always come from the Knights. But Mitch Barnett, yeah, old school Canberra player.
Wow. He might get a blue jersey. Is he blue? Is he a New South Welshman?
Funny you should say that. Yeah, there's
He won't because he plays for the Warriors.
yeah. But he's he played well, bro. Friday night. He was into it. The running and the tackles. He was putting a bit of bite in them. And I was just like, nice, bro. Nice to see.
Well, brothers, did you see our I saw the Warriorholic throw up some stats on Facebook, and
Big up Warriorholic.
our forwards, man, all apart from Kurt Capewell and Jackson Ford, I think we're at 89% tackle efficiency. All our other forwards, Tohu 96, even Jazz was at 92, Bunty in the 90s, fucking yeah.
Bunty doesn't miss much though, eh?
Nah,
Bunty doesn't miss a lot of tackles.
And I just love that. I think it's really important to say, because defense wins games, man. We all know that. But looking at those tackle the defense percentages, I was really impressed. Even Tane and Dallin, man, 100%. 100%. I think the lowest might have been Luke Metcalf and someone else, but yeah. Apart from that,
oh, okay,
yeah. Most of our players were in the 90 percentile, and I was just absolutely wrapped with that.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Man. Oh, actually, and I will mention twice in the game, once in the first half, once in the second half, the crowd were cheering, and I was wondering, is there a streaker out there? Because the cameras didn't pan to no one, but apparently there was no streakers at all. And I thought, well done to Christchurch.
Well done,
the crowd.
people.
Yeah,
not acting like idiots.
Yeah, not wrecking it for the boys. So yeah, no, the security they must have had was top notch, and they kept all the wannabes out, and the crowd were. And it was a good crowd. I think it was like mostly Crusaders crowd who got sick of their fucking team and come watch a proper game.
Hey, no more Haramai. No more Haramai. It's okay.
Yeah. Come watch a real game.
Thing is, when they start winning again, they'll just what we didn't cover off in the beginning, guys, apologies, is our score predictions from last week, and there's some pretty close ones here.
I think someone got really close.
I think
22. Oh, damn, that's close.
Who's Daniel?
Damien. Bloody
hell. Damn, Daniel. Damn.
Hey, I'll blame autocorrect, my brother.
Yeah, pretty close.
Oh, mine not.
No, I was way out.
Who the fuck is Daniel? Is that
Damien?
Yeah.
Auto corrected up.
Wow, that's almost spot on.
Nice.
That's almost spot on. That's nice. You won. You won the
chocolate fish.
The lotto.
Yeah, the chocolate fish.
You get a chocolate
fish.
I want a
name
change. You'll get the name change, brother.
It definitely shows you know both teams, bro. It definitely shows you know both teams.
Yeah,
thank you.
I was way off. I was a 4-point game.
Oh, bro.
I was a 4-point out. But I just had my numbers wrong. It's all right. That's all right, though.
I had Warriors winning, so we were all right.
That's all that matters.
True.
That's all that matters.
True.
Before we kind of get into what's happening this weekend, did anyone watch the Knights versus the Storm?
Yes. God damn.
Ugly game.
Yeah.
Damn ugly game.
I'll tell you what, bro. No, I didn't watch it, but I wasn't surprised that the Storm lost because they got bashed up last weekend. So it's like fucking they were spent, bro. Our boys put it on them, and it's like, nah, good job. I'm glad they lost, even if it was a close game. It's like, ha. So yeah, wasn't surprised, bro. Thought, nah. There you go.
Any days. And every day is a good day when the Storm fucking lose. I love it. I think it feels just as good to me as when the Warriors win.
Nice.
I will say though, they, in terms of versing us, they had a lot less players this week. They had a few guys come into the team, so it's a different team. But they kept real close though. They almost beat the Knights.
They almost. But the Knights didn't look like the Knights actually looked like they didn't want to win the game in the last. Like I think they're running out of ideas on the fifth tackle. Z Tank 99 is coming on in 10 minutes, so we can ask them all those questions.
Nice.
But on the fifth tackle, it just looked like they were just running out of ideas. Actually, one of the fifth tackles, they just ran it down to the end of the line and just fucking didn't even want to do anything with it. Didn't want to grubber it. Didn't want to do nothing.
Did the Knights win?
Yeah, 2 points.
2 points.
Just.
Sure.
2 points.
And
Mm.
I said in the chat, but they were doing the same tactic that the Warriors were doing and kicking it to coach. So there must be something to their tactic. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I
Oh,
reckon
nice.
it is because, like on our, what side is he on the right or left side, is he? Right, whatever. I think it's probably because Dane Gagai's on that side, so the kick chase percentage of getting caught is a lot higher than, because I mean we had Anari Tuala. They had Anari Tuala and Bremen Best on the other side, eh?
Yep.
And I think that's what all I can put it down to. Ty is that why we're kicking it down that way all the time? Is because we've got Rocco Berry and Dallin who are pretty dominant in the kick chase, and I'm wondering if that's why that's our go-to when it comes to SJ's kicking.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. I forgot to say. I got so caught up in seeing that the Storm had lost, I didn't realise they had lost to the Knights. I just saw a Storm lost. Yay!
I'm fucking useless at tipping, honestly, because I do that NRL footy tips on ESPN, so I do that. And I swear to God, I think I only got 4 right this weekend. I'm like, damn, man. I'm useless.
Give it a go. Give it a go, Tans. Hey, just give it a go.
Well, I think you can never take the game that was played last week and use it as a precursor to what's going to happen the following week. Do you know what I mean?
It can be so unpredictable.
Yeah, man. It's just like, wow. Like, it's just amazing how things change. Momentum, players off the bench have another huge impact. Just whatever's going on. But you just never know.
That's the exciting thing about the NRL, though, right? I mean, any team can beat any team on their day.
Yeah, that's exactly right, bro. That's exactly right. Yeah. Like if you don't turn up, you're gonna.
Some teams that can't. Some teams that can't win against top 4 teams like us.
On our day, bro.
On our day,
On
our day we can, but our day hasn't come for a while.
It's coming though. It's coming.
It's
great thing about
coming,
days, bro. It's a great thing about days. They always come.
That's it. Always another day.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, who's our next 4 teams? So we've got the Knights, obviously, on this Sunday.
Rabbits.
Then the Bunnies.
Yes.
Yeah. Manly, the Dragons, the Titans, and then the Knights again. So
well, that's doable. That's definitely doable. Do you know what though? I fucking bet you will crumble probably to the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I don't like that thinking, Tans. Come on.
Yeah,
it'll be the fifth round. Fifth round. They've had an awful, 4 rounds already, and they'll come out firing.
And they'll bounce back.
They'll change their coach midweek, and they'll come out and smash us.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Well, it's good. It's good seeing them where they are. It's good seeing the Bunnies where they are.
Stay down there.
Stay down there. Guys, we have
that Rabbitohs game played. Is that over there or here?
Yeah.
Over there.
It's over there, Accor Stadium. Guys, we have a special guest, Z Tank 99. He's been on here 3 times now, bro, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's always enjoyed my time here, and it's good to be back.
And I suppose before we get into it, congratulations is in store for I suppose for both of us. Both of us actually got our 2 points. So congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Well,
but there'll be no congratulations next week.
Let's go.
Very true. That's very true.
But just like you and I know each other, man. Just give us a little intro of yourself, and then we'll get into the crap talking.
Yeah, righto. So my name's Z Tank. Government name Jesse. Newcastle sports tragic all my life. Pretty much that's it really about me. Following the team since birth, and
nice.
Yeah,
nice, bro.
There you go, bro. Mate, talk to us about that game on the weekend. You got the dub over the the Storm. Man, it was ugly. But
Um,
so was our game, and we got the points anyway, and you got the chocolates as well, bro. How are you guys feeling after that?
yeah, it was sort of like a similar with our like match previously against the Cowboys. We had sort of like very good moments in the first half, got out to a lead at the half, and then just second half we sort of just creatively just sort of jumped off a cliff really. And but we did have good signs of like holding on up and like with the Cowboys up until they obviously catched up. But yeah, there's little problems with the second half, but I think it's just good that we finally got our first win of the year, so we can hopefully like kickstart our season or whatever.
Nothing concerning. Like we were just saying before, like, we made a few mistakes in our win. We got the dub in the end, but no alarm bells for us. What about from where you're sitting?
Not really. I mean, I did have a little bit of alarm bells with Adam O'Brien's press conference last week with the Cowboys and saying about us like building foundations, and I'm like, we're a team that's like that came fifth last year, and like we're trying to get like back up there again. It's like building foundations. That's a team that's like not made the
Benji.
finals the
Yeah,
previous year.
that's Benji Marshall.
Yeah, 100%. And it kind of raised a bit of concerns, but yeah, just happy we got the job done against Melbourne.
Any news on Leo Thompson? Is he going to be playing or is he suspended? No, nothing. Oh, well,
hope not.
Yeah.
I think it's rumored. I think it's like maybe a week or two suspension for turning Pappenhausen into a Beyblade, but I mean, but it's sort of
way. That's what happens when you get a purple jersey.
It's sort of tough, but I can see both sides of the argument saying it's like, he was going for the ball, or he did take him out. So it's one of those tough ones, but I think he probably might get suspended for maybe a week, but that's about it.
Wow. Has he got a bad track record?
I don't think so.
No, okay. I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Doesn't strike me as much of a hothead.
And
I think another bloody talking point for you would probably be Jack Hogger.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Yeah, I think he did sort of all right to come in. I feel like a lot of people kind of taken aback when he would replace Hastings because people thought he was going to replace Gamble, and everyone was sort of kind of taken aback from him. But I think he did all right, and I know Hastings was in the New South Wales Cup side, and we got a good win there. So Hastings is probably going to definitely build his case to wedge himself back into the team. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle for the next couple of weeks for the halves pairing.
I don't actually. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Tyson Gamble's playing his best footy this. I mean, it's only 3 games deep. I get that, but yeah, well, I think I don't know. I just don't think he's been a standout because he has been, previous seasons, but he's having a slow start, I reckon.
Yeah,
it was surprising to see Hastings go because I actually thought Cogger would have come in for Gamble as well. But I saw one of Gamble's kicks on the weekend. I think, I think what Hastings brings to the team, not necessarily a long kicking game, but he has a bit of creativity there, which I think the Knights could definitely use against us.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the Knights will be,
let's talk about
when
that.
you think about that semi last year, and we got not just a dub, but kind of felt for the Knights because the crowd, the atmosphere, the boys were on, and we just done a number on them. So
do you reckon, Real, we might try that same? Because like when you watch the game back, it was really just pressure kick to Ponga, really putting as much pressure under him as much as we can, get the ball back, and then just kind of foot on the throat type of thing. Do you reckon we're going to kind of go off kind of script, or?
Oh, I think Uncle's going to get he's always going to have a set plan in play. And my my gut feeling is he's got set plans for every single one of the opposition teams. How much he deviates, because we've already seen 3 weeks of the boys when they click. Fuck, man, they click into gear and it's nice. When they don't,
like on the weekend,
the wheels fall off.
And on the weekend, it was up to DWZ to go off script, right?
Yeah,
run,
I
but
just thought
without that,
that was brilliant. Yeah, that was brilliant thinking of him, because he saw obviously the 2 defenders out wide on the edge, and he was like, "Oh fuck, I'm not going to keep past those 2, so I'm just going to sneak in field."
See what happens.
Just seen that gap open up in the Canberra and the Raiders line, and just thought, "Here we go, Luke. There you go, brother." And that was an awesome play. I liked.
I don't think he's done that all last season. He's never done that.
I was going to say,
something had to happen, because we just weren't, it just wasn't happening for us on the weekend.
Yeah. So Dallin never cuts in like that, and he came a long way back in field. And Luca was almost at a stop-start. By the time he hit the ball, he'd only taken maybe 3 steps, and then he just hit top gear, and I was just like, "Fuck, this kid's fast."
Acceleration.
I think it was Hudson Young and was it Hudson Young and someone else, but I was like, "Brother, far out."
Yeah,
fucking truck through that gap.
Yeah,
but thank God, I just Dallin, saw something and came in field, and congratulations, that was a main try. I was wrapped for Luke. That was awesome.
We did need that, you kind of want the boys to the structure, but I think at that time it was, we needed that off the cuff. And probably will turn into the game in the weekend too. I saw Ponga, he actually jumped that dummy half and chucked a mean as long ball from dummy half, and that had sparked up something for Knights. So it's kind of like, I feel like we're both teams that are like, if the structure ain't going, we're relying on a bit of individual brilliance. It'll be interesting to see if that happens in the weekend as well.
What do you think of that Kai Pierce-Paul? He looks all right, eh?
I actually saw him like the first time in person when we played Canberra, and I just see this like absolute giant of a man just like coming on the field. I'm just like, and but yeah, I reckon he'll be once he gets properly comfortably. I reckon he'll be hopefully good for us, and hopefully the Roosters will sign him in 2 years, because that's our trend with young Englishmen.
Oh, bro. You know what? It's funny because it's true.
Even that what's his name, Blaze Talangi for Parramatta Eels, he done well. I thought he played a good game. He went over and scored a try, and I think he's only is he 19? But yeah, Blaze Talangi, if anyone watched that game, the Manly and Eels game, that was a fantastic game too. It was good.
Where do you think from us? I suppose you haven't really seen. Have you watched any of our games?
I've seen bits and pieces.
Where do you think from your team? Where do you think is going to be most concerning for us? Like what part of the field, what player? Kind of obviously Ponga, but have you seen much this year? It's only been 3 rounds. Have you seen much where you're going, shit, if we can do that, then we're on?
I genuinely think like our strategy, which is sort of the same sort of thinking I had for the semi-final, is just soak up the early pressure, which is something we sort of didn't do in the semi-final, but it's just because that's how I expect the Warriors are just going to go in guns blazing. We have shown significant parts of matches where we've been able to soak up that pressure, but it hasn't been like straight from the get-go, which is also a good strategy for the Warriors, because then eventually we'll have to give in, so they'll start getting points. So if the Knights can sort of keep their defense solid and their fitness up throughout the match, I think would be something that would maybe help us get over the line.
Like what the Sharks did in round 1. I don't know if you watched that, but we came out all guns blazing. Well, we were like 12 points up, I think. I don't even know, in the first 15 minutes. And then the wheels started to fall off a little bit for us, and they absorbed all the pressure. Actually, no, to be fair to them, to the Sharks, they absorbed all the pressure. there was a silly mistake by someone, and that was a momentum shift. It just shifted the whole momentum, and they were on the front foot, and we were all of a sudden backpedaling. So maybe they can watch that and get some pointers.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah.
I've only watched some games this week. Obviously of the Knights, we've only had a couple of games, but talking about Ponga, I think they love to hit the short side, eh? So I think for us as Warriors, like you can't get caught napping. Like once you made their tackle, by the center, usually everyone just kind of naps on that short side. They'll run it. Knights are keen to run it if Ponga's running down that side. So I think that's going to be one area to watch out for.
Yeah. Well, shit. I hope it'll be. Well, yeah. As always, I just look forward to Teamless Tuesday to see who's. I hope Egan's back. I hope CNK's back. Because I just I mean, I
Hey,
take
Lussick did
I think he was dope on Saturday, Friday night, was it? But I just really want to see that combination between CNK and RTS and see how they kind of, I just want to see that play out and see how they roll along together. So I'm excited to see that.
I'm not sure if CNK's on schedule to be back yet. I think they were picking more round 5.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Rabbitohs. So
RTS to fullback then?
Potentially.
Pompey back at centre? Or
I'd love to see, Ali Tawa. I'd love to see him get a run. Whether or not he's,
in a Knights game, I don't know, bro. Yes, I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him have a go, but what, up against Ngangai and what, Bradman Best?
He went up against Croker last year,
Well,
and he done, he done
Fucking
all right.
him,
He held
too.
his own, bro.
He held him.
He held his own. So
Nah.
I like him. The kid's got, the kid's he's got a real settled head. Just kind of gets on with it. I'd love to see Ali come in, but I mean, if he does, if he doesn't, we'll find out tomorrow. I was gonna say too, bro. Like Rogers, just from the Canberra game, Rogers tried. That was quite poetic because first half he got smoked, bro. But just this, and the way he scored, because there was no gap there. He created that. He shot through and then just finished it, and it was a real full on power play. And it was just good to see him cross the line. That was a good try. That was a good try.
I don't know, Damien, but I wonder if, as a Raiders fan, if you guys dislike him because he always scores some good tries against you.
Nah, man, you just got to appreciate skill like that,
eh? I think we'll see a lift in intensity when because if CNK used to look up to RTS, so sometimes when he runs, you can see a little bit of RTS in him. I don't know, like just his passing game as well. But yeah, I mean, can you imagine on one side you got Rocco and on the other side you got RTS? And then you've got running off, Egan, Sean, CNK, and man, that's just going to be it's going to be beautiful to watch.
Well, I just hope we can keep it together for the 480. We haven't really had a game where we haven't gone to sleep. So first game we went to sleep in the second half of the first half, and then pretty much the second half. And then second game fell asleep in the beginning of that Storm game, and then obviously still didn't win. And I kind of felt like against the Raiders, we fell asleep in the middle. We kind of like get into this lull, this kind of like, it's just not happening. That's a bit clunky. So hopefully we can just have a full 80 minutes and smash these Knights. But they might come down here and be like, they got smashed last year and they might want to get some back.
Some revenge.
Well, I think Friday, well, maybe it's just because we won, but I did think we looked better. It's just those brain freezes where they're just not, mind you, everything's happening so quickly on the field, obviously, but it's just those moments where they just fucking tag off for a bit and don't think or don't kind of look into the next play. Like, I just think, fuck, come on. Like, we had no dummy half runs, no runs from dummy half. Canberra had like 9 or 10, I think it was. We had none.
Mm.
And I'm just like, bro, well, that's no offloads. I think, yeah.
Zero.
Yeah,
Mm.
that was
no
crazy.
offloads, no fucking runs from dummy half. And, if you change those small stats, maybe something, I mean, we're just missing
Yeah,
Egan.
but you're just talking. Yeah, exactly. You're just talking about bringing Egan back, basically, because
no.
Yeah.
Lussac's not Egan,
Mm.
right? Actually, speaking
Mhm.
speaking of hookers, how's Crossland doing? Because I think he's in my Phoenix Crossland.
Hey.
Yeah, I think he's in my fantasy, bro. How's he going this year?
Yeah, it's been going all right. It's just the big question really is because Brayley made his return last week from his hamstring, so that's going to be a bit of pressure as Brayley tries to get back into the squad. But I think Crossland he's been solid. He has made like a couple of mistakes in some matches, but I think I still would have him as our preferred hooker for the time being, unless something happens down the line. But yeah, it's going to be the Knights really just like signing the same players to the same positions to have these internal battles for some reason. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays
He
out.
made a beautiful tackle
Yeah.
on the weekend, no old Crossland. He made a couple of real good tackles on the weekend.
Mate, you guys could have Denny Badeiras playing for you back in his prime. We're still gonna smoke you. Right. Nah.
It's not the Johns boys, though, worry. Otherwise, it might be a different story.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, they owned us. They definitely
Fuck,
owned us
yes, they did.
when Joey was playing. Right.
Yep.
I think we had more losses against them.
Sunday game. Fuck, that's so long away. I love Friday footy.
Mm.
We're on a Friday night.
Yeah, so what are we doing? It's on a Sunday, 6:05, but like the next day, the Monday is a day off anyway.
The holiday.
Sure.
Yeah, and we've got a game on the Monday too. That's who's playing the Tigers, and I don't know, but we got games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before we jump into our predictions, and you're going to jump on this too, Z-Tank. Rio, did you have some stats you wanted to run over or something?
Oh yeah. So last week we were talking about the World Club Challenge.
Challenge.
I was thinking, actually, I'm going to look this up because I put it out there that they haven't hosted the World Club Challenge in Aussie for years. Anyway, I looked it up, and the last World Cup Challenge was in Aussie in 2023. So last year the Panthers played St. Helens and lost. They lost 12-13. But the Super League teams have won the World Cup Challenge 15 times. The NRL teams 14.
Wow.
Nothing in it.
The very first World Cup Challenge was in 1976. The Roosters played St. Helens, and the Roosters won 25-2, and that was in Sydney. So the very first one was in Aussie. 4 NRL teams have hosted the World Club Challenge: the Panthers 2023, the Storm 2018, the Roosters 2014, and the Broncos, and that's the one that I was thinking of back in 1994. Only one NRL team has hosted a World Cup Challenge where both teams were Australians, and it was in 1997. Guess where the venue was?
New Zealand?
Wild guess.
Mount Smart.
What year was it?
It's
1997, bro. That's the clue.
So Super League year, eh?
Yeah, Super League, yeah.
Super League kicked off.
Who was the teams competing?
Brisbane and the Hunter Mariners. Brisbane Broncos, Hunter Mariners. Brisbane won 36-12.
I'll go
Trick
America
question.
for some fucking reason.
Yeah,
Trick question.
I'll go Fiji. I'll go Fiji for some strange reason.
Fiji. Yeah.
I'll go PNG.
Yeah. Tans, you got it. It was Mount Smart. Mount Smart, 1997. The one time they've had a World Cup Challenge in New Zealand, and the Warriors weren't even a part of it.
wow.
So,
How the hell did we get that over here?
I think because at the time the World Cup Challenge, they had like 4 or 5 Super League teams come over, play us over here, and then our teams went over there, and it was, and I think 97 was like Warriors were pretty low on the table, and we beat teams like fucking Bradford, St. Helens, and they were top of the table.
You know what,
so,
bro? I reckon we should pull those games up on YouTube and have a bit of a watch party or something, bro. Because like those games would have been crazy. Head highs,
Oh yeah,
flying elbows. You know,
and we had a stacked team, bro. We had a good Warriors team, but we were just playing like shit. Anyway, we played the Super League teams, and bro, we just pumped them.
Smashed them.
Yeah, just destroyed them, and that was the best of the Super League.
Yeah.
So anyway, they scrapped that idea. But one final in New Zealand. Hard case. Who knew?
See the latest about the Las Vegas? Was it Las Vegas where the games are? So we're definitely in the mention for the Las Vegas openers next year. So we're in the they're talking. I think it's the Storm, the Panthers, us, and a couple other teams. But we've definitely gotten a mention in the
special mention.
Yeah, special mention, along with the Storm and with Penrith and that. So, yeah.
So theoretically speaking, say the Warriors win the premiership this year. Do you go to the World Club Challenge in England, or do you go to Vegas?
Oh, easy, Vegas.
Both.
Go to both. Go to both.
That's easy. Well, I've got to get to the grand final first.
Yeah. Hypothetically speaking. Right.
Warriors fantasy.
I was going to say, Rio, I don't know, because I know it was the World Club Challenge, but do you guys remember the years? It was like a couple years ago where they actually had 3 English teams play NRL teams, and then they scrapped that too because the NRL were just winning every single game as well. Do you remember what years those were?
I've got it here, bro. Okay. So from 2000, they've played a World Club Challenge every year. Where are you? Where are you, buggers? So it was cancelled during, COVID. They had to cancel 2021, 22. But up till 2020, it was every year.
Yeah, because I remember there was one year where there was like 3 teams played. It was interesting, and then NRL keep winning. Like NRL won quite a bit.
Damn NRL keeps ruining
the
competition. Yeah,
but hey,
damn NRL teams.
But it's good to actually see Super League get up because I think as much as I still 100% believe NRL is the better competition, it's actually good to see a challenge. You don't want to turn up these games and it's 60 points. It's boring to watch.
Yeah, true that.
I don't. Speaking of 60-point games, got a big game coming up on the weekend. I definitely don't want to be on the receiving end of a 60-point ass whipping, but it is that time of the show where we go around the room and drop our score predictions, and I always go first, so someone else can go first this time.
I'll go first.
Yeah. Let's go, Ty. Let's go.
To be honest, I think Warriors will get up. I do think Warriors will get up. From watching the first 2 games, I don't think the Knights have seen the best of Ponga yet. I think he's still building. So maybe we see it in the weekend against us. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
But I'm going the Warriors win by 10. I'm going to go 28-18.
Nice.
It's good.
It's quite respectful.
I'll jump in. I'm pretty close to what Ty's prediction is, but I'm thinking the Warriors will win 24-16.
24-16 from Daniel.
No. From Daniel, yeah. Good on you, Daniel.
Good luck with Daniel.
Yeah.
24-16.
Both are good. I'm going to go 30-22 to the Warriors.
30-22.
Nice.
All right, Tons.
22.
Z-Tank's writing all the receipts, bro?
He's he's going to use this recording as well. You can do what you want.
Okay, I'll go next.
I already feel wrong. I already feel like it.
Too late.
Too late.
I've written it in stone.
I reckon it'll be like the Canberra game. I reckon it'll be a low-scoring affair. Maybe.
Frustrating as.
Yes. I'll go 16-8 Warriors.
What?
Nice.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna.
Because Rio knows it's raining in the weekend. That's why he knows.
What's the problem?
Yeah. That will change everything.
Yeah, you know what? I'm the same. I don't think we're going to click. I think it's still way too early for us to be clicking. You know, like that semi-final last year, we're at the back end of putting together those moves consistently. I think there's a bit of trust issues. Hopefully, we can get our trust issues out the way. Some people are not bloody passing the ball when they're supposed to. So yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I think it's going to be the same. I'm going to go 22-16 Warriors.
Sure.
Nice.
Z-Tank. Where's Z-Tank? What's your
Z-Tank.
score prediction?
What's your score prediction, bro?
Oh, has he left?
Let me build up. Let me build up a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like there's massive motivations. I think for both teams. I mean, the Knights obviously from the semi-final result last year, and I think for the Warriors as well because a certain halfback didn't get the Dally M last year, and it's gone to a certain Knights
Good
fullback.
credit.
So there could be a bit of we'll show you who the real Dally M winner is. I do think I think on paper, if the way I think the Warriors should win, but I do have some hope that the Knights should get a result. So for my heart prediction, I'll go with probably say like a 2018 to the Knights.
Yeah.
I think it'll be pretty close affair.
Yeah, it's pretty fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Score prediction 2018. Yeah, that's.
Sure.
It's plausible.
Sure.
Absolutely plausible.
Mm.
I don't think it's going to be high scoring like what Real says.
Mm.
I don't think we're there yet. But if Egan's in the game, if Egan's in, that team list will be looking very tasty on Tuesday night. But I just love that we're back again. I just love that the season's back on again. Lights are coming to Auckland, and it's on at 6 p.m. So it's not going to be completely dark when they turn the lights off and all the pyromaniacs go off. But it's always a frosty reception when teams come to play us. It's been that way since day dot. Day dot.
Pretty much, bro.
Well, it's meant to be raining up there, is it?
Is it meant to be raining?
Yeah.
Then we're screwed.
It's always raining up there, isn't it?
Then we're screwed then.
Yeah. Sorry, just to add, Ty, I think it was 2015, 2017, there was a World Club Series.
There was.
So, yeah.
What year was it?
2015 to 2017.
That's right, yeah. I was honestly having a Mandela moment. Like, I was like, did that actually happen?
Did you just dream it?
Yeah, that
And then they
Mandela
went,
effect.
yeah, and then went back to the single games 2018 to 2020.
Cool.
So,
Thank you. You'll save me
Cheers,
Googling that later.
all good, my bro. All good.
That's been us, Whānau. I hope you guys have been, well, first and foremost, Z-Tank, thanks for coming back on, man.
Thank
You're
you.
always welcome. You're always welcome here, man.
Yeah.
So if you
Good
want
luck
to come
for
on
the
next
season,
Monday,
bro.
depends what happens. It depends what happens next Monday. Depends what happens on the weekend.
Yeah.
Honestly, whatever happens on this weekend, man, whether we get thrashed or not, more than welcome to come on. Just text me, if you want to come on and shoot the crap, gloat, or whatever, man. It would be cool to chop the game up with you as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good luck for the season, bro. Hope your team
you
does
too.
all right, except against us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we said before, we like that the Tigers have got their win, but I don't want them to get too many wins. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I reckon.
You
Thanks for
biased
coming on,
Warriors
guys.
fans. You biased Warriors fans.
Very.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Anyway, team, have a good night, have a good week, and bring on that team list. Bring on that team list.
All right, go the fucking Warriors.
That's good. Go the fucking Warriors.
Up the Waz.
Time ever.
Up the Warriors.
Up the Waz. Cheers,
All right.
guys. Take care.
All right,
Thank you.
can't get that, bro.